Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I don't know what you guys doing, but drinking some water. Can't drink coffee every day. I didn't even get that Dunkin' deal, the coffee. I want to talk about something, but they should have had options. I guess they did, but they didn't mention it. Like green tea. Anyway, what's everybody having for breakfast? Me, myself, so it was with the eggs and, Coke cereal. They don't sell Wheaties over here, just so you know. We don't have Wheaties here. You have to go high looking for it. Or order it, like seriously. Okay, but today we're going to be talking about something deep, okay? We're talking about tarot card readings, psychics online. And, don't act like we don't remember Cleo. Call me now, the 1-800 Tarot Genius. They had people, in the 90s, people spending $900. I don't know what they're spending now. They're like $900 on one single phone call, So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Okay. So I should start doing some screen sharing, but this is how we're doing it right now. Just working on it. I'm getting better. I just want you guys to know that I am getting better at this. And I am getting more intentional. And I hope you guys are getting more intentional too. Okay? In everything that you do. We can't just be doing things half. What's the point in doing it? Why jump rope if you're not going to jump? Right? So let's get into it. All right? Because I'm trying to get right back into it. Seriously. And if you have any topics or anything that you want me to talk about here in the live, just send me a message. If you're not on Facebook, then, feel free to hit me up at queenshowtimefans@gmail.com. Okay? Write that down. queenshowtimefans@gmail.com. For anything that we're talking about, anything, movies and game trivia, whatever we're doing, just hit me up there. You have any ideas for the next live, hit me up right there at queenshowtimefans@gmail.com. Yeah, that part. Okay, so let's talk about this, all right? I don't know why this thing has so many pop-ups in here. Whatever. All right. Hold on 1 second, people. Gotta go get something. Look at this skin. Oh my god, I'm gonna hit to this. Man, just been a little crazy today. But don't worry, anybody that's watching later, they won't be dealing with all this madness that goes on with people that come into the live. They'll get the fully edited, ultra smooth version. All right. Okay, because what we're talking about right now is really serious. It's been taking over social media, and these people are making a lot of money, messing with people's heads, and they've been doing this for years and years, maybe hundreds of years, telling you these stories and stuff like that, and making you think like you have to follow that. I'm telling you, a lot of people are even following these type of people. I mean, I don't want to say cult, but let's just start talking about what's going on, okay? Tonight, we're going to get deep. Well, look, we're going to get deeper into this tonight. All right. We're going to be talking about things that I've heard about happen to people and things that people have tried, including stuff that I've heard from like older people. Okay. They told me like things that have happened to them in their time, people in my time, and I don't know what they doing, y'all know, because you guys are just making up things as you go along. I'm telling you, people telling people do all types of weird stuff. All right, so let's talk about it. Okay, all right, we're talking about witchcraft, people. Witchcraft, yeah, love spells, destiny swaps. Okay, fake tarot card readings. You know, it's like a viral trend. All right. It's a viral trend that people are like looking into this stuff. I mean, like, if you click on one thing, it's going to keep showing you more, right? If you click on socks, it's going to show you a lot of socks. And you guys, when y'all click on those little booty pics, you know what happens to your feed. It's all it's going to show you. It's just like that, So it's like hard to even like anything or think about something because you stay on the page or if you stay on like a short or a reel or whatever too long, it's going to think you like it, even if it's violent. Okay. They don't know why you watched it. You could have been watching something because you thought it was funny, or you could have been watching it for other reasons. Just imagine you watch somebody, it's a fight, you thought it was funny, you laughing. Now they show you mad fight videos and it's like it kind of dark. Like, damn, that little kid didn't deserve that. Okay. Now, we're going to go into the truth behind what's really going on, okay? Why are people like actually believing these things? What are they doing? Because it's kind of similar to when you get scammed and they start hustling you for money, okay? Talking about like, you owe this money to the bank and all of this stuff. You got to give me your car, your house, and put it in a box. Yeah, okay. And I'm going to be honest with you from the beginning, all right? We're going to be honest about everything. Some of this is not, it's not spirituality at all. It's not about that. Ooh, girl. Some of this is influence, all right? Some of it's about influence, manipulation, and money, okay? So before we even start, drop a fire emoji in the chat if you're ready for real conversation. Drop the fire emoji if you're ready to have something change. Okay? Drop that fire emoji. Okay? Before we even start. Because this is going to be crazy. You're not going to believe these things that people are doing. I know you got to watch out for yourself. They might try to set you up. Okay? Man. Because a lot of people right now they're not stuck because something is being done to them. They're not. They're stuck because of all of these things they keep on they keep trying to believe somebody really can do something to them. They don't have any power over you. No power. All right? Now, and people will dispute that, they know somebody or you've seen it happen to somebody, right? You've seen it happen, but we're going to get into the details of why, perception is everything. You can't be living like an illusion, okay? And that's what they'll do. They'll fool your mind. And it's not like it's something wrong with you. Like you were able to, be persuaded. They just have that plan. It's strategic, okay? And, we're going to talk about why people fall for this stuff. And it's not like we're trying to judge anybody. Totally not judging anybody. It can happen to me. I'm going to tell you, look, I called the 1-900 number or whatever. It was a hotline. I was watching cable and it just came up and I was what, listening to it. And this lady, she gave her a little testimonial of how it's changed her life. And she realized that she was, that her husband was cheating on her or something like that. So I was like, oh my goodness. So I was like, I need to call this hotline. So I called it or whatever. And the lady was like, she knew I was going to call. Then she told me my horoscope. Like she knew my astrology. Like she knew I was a Scorpio. I was like, wow, how did you know? Next thing you know, I was on the phone with her and she was like, we're just going to do the 5 minutes. But before I knew it, it was 7. She was like, you're already in this. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You might as well find out. And then she started telling me, she's like, you have anything else you wanted to ask me? And she was telling me how I'm going to be a famous star, a famous celebrity hairstylist and stuff. And I was just listening to her. I was like, wow, Like, even when she was saying that, I was like, girl, you must be talking about I'm going to be doing my own hair in the mirror. Period. Anyway, clock that, T. So I was like all excited, and then the bill came. It was like, I called a 1-900 number, and it cost like $900. It's the wildest thing, Back then, your house phone gets cut off. You can't go to this phone service. It's like you can't even pick one. It's like, oh man, you got cut off here, cut off there. This is your house phone, not your cell phone. You can just go get another phone. This is your house phone in your house. It was like your Con Edison. They cut it off. Your phone's off. Don't call. You know what I'm saying? You gotta call me. I can't call you. Call me. You go 1-800 number. Call 1-800 number. Back then, when they cut your phone off, call 1-800 number, and you call them. Make a collect call to your friend. What's your name? Call me back. Anyway, that's just funny. All right. Let's get back to it. All right. People, they just start, people don't go looking for spells because life is going great. Let's start there. They don't just look for the spells because life's going great. It's like, it's getting a little hot in here. Yeah. Wanted to put something on. I can't be like Blueface. He was walking around in his underwear his first day. Okay? So, it's like heartbreak, confusion, rejection. This is the things they're doing. They're like, they've been heartbroken. Somebody broke your heart. You're trying to make sure you can protect your heart. You start looking at different ways to protect your heart. Like, maybe I should be more intentional, more aware. Maybe I should do something, not, more proactive towards getting things the way you want it in your life. And that's not just, you could be heartbroken about a job. You really thought you was going to get that job, and then you didn't get that job, and the other person got a job and they didn't even know how to do the job. You're like, man, I have to be more proactive in making sure everything, and, and what's wrong with having somebody tell you a fortune? They're going to tell you if it's going to be good or bad down the road. But do we really have to believe somebody telling us it's going to be good or bad down that road? That's what we have to think about. Yeah, that's the same thing. Like, you get rejected. You feel like, you're like trying to do things in life and it's just not going your way. And it's like you're feeling rejection everywhere, to the point you might feel like you're always missing the bus. You're always too late for the bus. Maybe that's not your bus. Maybe it's the next bus. Maybe you're always on time. So we have to start thinking positively about life. Okay? So when somebody comes along and says, okay, I could bring them back, right? They say, okay, I could bring them back. I can make them love you. I can fix this, That doesn't sound crazy. That sounds like hope. But here's the truth, all right? anything that promises control over someone else is already taking control over you. All right? People don't believe in this stuff because it's powerful. They believe because it feels better than reality. Okay? Now let's talk about the social media. Oh my goodness. Social media will have you losing your mind. I told you how it's tracking you because this is where a lot of this is being pushed. A lot of it. Okay? Y'all ever notice how every reading says the same thing? They're coming back. They miss you. You know? They regret losing you. They're watching you. Everyone's watching you. Everybody's ex cannot be coming back. They can't be. All these spells can't work. Okay? Let's be serious. Be serious, people. Everybody's not coming back. And these readings are designed like content. They're meant to hook you, your emotions. It's meant to feel like it's personal, like they're talking to you. They're not talking to you. They use like vague language so it hits everyone. All right? They repeat the same emotions over and over again. All right, guys? Hold on 1 second. I got to get something. But I'm seriously going to stay right here with you guys. I'm still talking about this because they're going to be using your emotions for you to react to certain things, to make you decide whether, I'm going to invest in this. You invest in this, you're just going to help somebody make content, help them make $1 billion on the internet. They want to be TikTok famous, viral superstars. They don't even know what they're doing. Someone else gave them the skills to do what they're doing, and now they're going to do it to you. That's how it goes. They're going to do it to you, okay? That's how it goes. They're using you, okay? They're using you. And if you don't pay attention, you'll end up paying for it. Your time has value, and that's what they're using. And these companies, these apps are paying them. Okay? They're paying them to destroy people's lives, kind of. You know? People often like think like, okay, they think like it's not real to have positive thinking. It is real, okay? You really have to focus on believing in yourself. You really have to see the value, okay? The readings are designed like content for a reason, all right? And all of the vague language and everything, and, it just fits everyone. It just fits everyone. Like when you look at a newspaper with astrology, you open up the newspaper and each one of those can apply to you. All right? And they repeat the same emotional triggers. They repeat them. And they keep you coming back for more. That's what astrology does. That's not guidance, okay? That's a loop. They got you in a loop. With little positive antidotes here and there. All right? And then they try to scare you, make you think something's in your way, in your path, okay? And if it keeps you watching instead of healing, it's not helping you. It's not. And I want you to really think about this, okay? How long have you been hearing they're coming back? How long have you been hearing they're coming back? Think about that. All right? Now, let's talk about something else, all right? Something people don't want to say out loud. Some of these spells y'all are seeing online are not just fake. They are weird. They're extreme. and pulled from very old practices involving personal materials. And now social media is remixing them into trends. You've probably seen it or heard about it, okay? People talking about putting bodily fluids in food, okay? People talking about cooking something to bind someone, okay? Talking about soup is actually, a spell, okay? People joking or not joking about using things like blood in meals, like spaghetti or drinks. Let's just be clear. Oh my goodness. Let's be clear. All right? That's not love. That's disgusting. Okay? That's control. That is obsession. And it's a violation. Okay? And the problem, I'll tell you what the problem is. People are copying things they don't even understand. You don't even understand it. You saw somebody else, go viral doing it. Now you're doing it. Just it went viral. Now everybody wants to do it. They don't even have to understand it. They hear somebody else say, yeah, you got to put a sock with an onion and put it on your windowsill for 30 days. Now they're going to post up and start telling people to do that too. Some people are doing this. They're doing this just for the views, people. It's for the views. Hello, we're viewing. We're viewers. We're all viewers. Some of them doing it for money. Right back to the views, okay? And some, they're just doing it because they're desperate for the views. They want attention, But none of that makes it right. None of it. None of it makes it right. We gotta be like in this world for real. We're in the real world. We cannot be too caught up in. You get caught up in even a sports game. You miss out what's going on in the real world. All right? And I'm not trying to scare anybody. All right? So don't be scared. Remember, you think positive comes to you. Don't ever be scared of these people that, tell you, ooh, watch your shoulder. Oh, throw the salt. Look, I'm just here to make you aware. All right? I want everyone to be aware of what's going on. All right? Social media pushes anything out there if it's popular. All right? Whether you believe in energy or not. If you don't believe in energy, cool. Whatever. Boundaries are real. Boundaries. So stop letting everybody into your space. All right? Stop letting everybody into your home. Okay? Everybody should not be touching your personal items. I know it sounds like, oh, what are you going crazy about personal items? It's just a sock. It's just this, it's just that. It's not, all right? Everybody shouldn't be touching or borrowing things from you. Okay? They shouldn't even have it in their hands. Nobody should borrow anything from you. Not a pot, nothing. Okay? They shouldn't be borrowing no shoes, no clothes, no wig, nothing. All right? Yeah, I said wig. Some people actually do that. Don't do that. Nobody should be walking in your shoes neither. Okay? Be mindful. All right? Be mindful who uses your hairbrush. Okay? Who wears your clothes. All right? Who has access? Who has access to your personal belongings? Okay? Who has access? Who is preparing your food? Okay? Remember who's preparing your food. All right? And listen carefully, people. This is not about being paranoid. This is normal. This is what people used to do. Okay? This is about being aware. People done got too comfortable. We need to get right back to paying attention. All this eating from other people and everything. All this, yeah, you can borrow my hairbrush. Well, we want to borrow some makeup? No. Can I borrow that sweater? No. Don't you hear the stories about when people leave this earth that their things have like, if they're like embedded like into their things? People say stuff like that. Imagine. You want to share it with 50 people? And you can't, even when you're outside, personal space. Okay? You can't talk to everybody. Everybody can't be all touching all close on you. You know? Everybody can't like be in your circumference. I'm telling you, it's the same thing. Okay? This is historical, people. Historically and culturally, personal items have always been tied to identity, influence, connection. Okay? But even outside, we just end up being caught up because outside, anything spiritual, people can cross boundaries. Real life, just crossing boundaries. Okay? So this is about respect, awareness, and protecting your space. This will always be your space. This right here, wherever you go, that's your space. Wherever you go. No one should be all in your face, in your space. This is your space. All right? But people done got comfortable and got crowded. So a lot of these things people just don't practice anymore. And I'm telling you, it really matters. It matters. All right? Now let's balance this out. Okay? Fear versus the reality. Okay? Because some people go too far. You know, they go too far in the wrong direction. They start thinking everything is a spell. Everything is an attack. Everything is someone doing something to them. Oh, let me ground you, people. Everything is not a spiritual attack. Okay? Sometimes it's bad decisions, ignoring red flags, holding on to the wrong people. You know? We're not listening to your true self. Fear will have you paranoid about everything in this world, but lack of awareness will have you unprotected. So we gotta stay balanced. All right? And let me tell you where the real power is. Your intuition. Okay? That feeling you get, you know? You get this feeling. You get like, I don't know how to describe it. It's when something that just feel like off. Something ain't right. Something gotta be wrong, you know? You get this voice in you. That voice you ignore. That moment when you know, but you don't want to accept it. You should accept it, you know? That's your protection. You know, like the animals, they be like, they just know, like, it's time to head for the hills. They feel it. Before you even see it come, it's like, why'd they move before it happened? Well, like, why did the birds fly south? How did they know? Okay? Your intuition will protect you. Okay? Your intuition will warn you before anything ever touches you. But the problem is, people just ignore it. They second guess themselves. They override it. They choose comfort over truth. Okay? And then later, they say, I had a feeling though. Oh, wow. Yes. You did have a feeling. We have to start acknowledging our feelings. I acknowledge them, Now, let's focus on the dreams. Because they're always trying to interpret our dreams for us. And I know dreams are not random. They aren't. They process what you ignore. Okay? During the day. The things you ignore in the day, they just get processed when you're sleeping, when you're dreaming. Sometimes they reflect on your fears, right? Sometimes they reflect on your desires that you have. And sometimes they reflect truth. Okay? You don't even want to face the truth. Okay? Pay attention to those patterns. Pay attention to the repetition, all right? Pay attention to that. Your mind will show you the truth in all of your dreams, okay? When you refuse to see it while you're awake, when you go back to sleep, it's just going to expand. You're going to dive in deep about it. So, I want to tell people, just try this little assignment, okay? I want you to do something after this live, all right? Not for me. We don't have to talk about it later, okay? For you. Write down 3 times your intuition was right and you ignored it, okay? Right? Now, clean your space and remove anything tied to negative memories. All right? Okay, then pay attention to your thoughts for one day. Notice what you repeat and ask yourself, are your thoughts building your life or keeping you stuck? Think about it, people. Okay? All right. So if you need to, write this down. Okay? All right. Write down 3 times your intuition was right and you ignored it. Okay? All right? Then clean your space and remove anything tied to negative memories. Anything. I don't care how much you pay for it. All right? And then, after you do that, pay attention to your thoughts, all right? For one single day. Okay? Now notice what you repeat and ask yourself, are your thoughts building your life or keeping you stuck? Okay? Now, you don't need to control someone to be loved. Okay? You don't need a spell to be chosen for that new job opportunity. Okay? And you don't need to fear someone taking what's yours. Because I'm telling you, anything you want in life, you can get it. Okay? Because what's yours will always be yours. Okay? It requires you to show up for it. Sometimes the opportunities we want is not here where we are. We have to step outside of our comfort zone. Okay? Your thoughts will shape your life. Okay? Your intuition protects you. All right? Your choices define your whole future. Okay? I want you to remember that part. Your thoughts shape your life. All right? Your thoughts shape your life. Your intuition protects you. Your choices define the future. Okay? So stop giving your power away, people. Don't give your power away. To all these people out here in this world, we're not doing that. Don't give your power away to people, fear, or illusions. And start paying attention. Pay attention. There will be signs. Pay attention to things that's been guiding the whole time. The things that's been guiding us. Pay attention to nature. The wind, the clouds, your thoughts. Things that come to your mind. Pay attention. And be intentional about everything that you do. Okay? I want everybody to remember those type of things. Because if you think it, you can bring it to reality. And we don't want to think negative things. These people have these tarot cards and they'll tell you, oh, a demon is coming. So you think a demon is coming? There's no demon coming. Rest your mind. Focus on things that are positive. Focus on things that help you grow. If you see that you lacking something, focus on that. They're not going to tell you that with that astrology reading. Every time I open a paper, it just keeps on telling me positive things are happening. Good people will follow. And then they'll say something, oh, you're a little bit feeling this way or you feeling that way. We all have feelings, and a stranger from a million miles away don't know our feelings. And I tell you, anybody with bad energy and bad karma can't put a spell on you. They already have a spell on themselves. And they need to cleanse themselves. You know what that spell is? Negativity. So remember, thought shapes matter. And anything you think, you can bring into reality. And we're trying to bring positivity. So whenever somebody tries to wish bad on you, remember, their energy and aura is so small. They have to congregate. Yeah, they have to congregate to even try to compare themselves to you. But they'll never match up to a bright, bright spirit. They'll never match up to a bright spirit believing in themselves. Okay? So stay positive, believe in yourself, and don't fall for these scams. Okay? They don't know you, they can't help you, and they can't help you grow. Okay? But if you're looking for growth, you found it right here. So stay positive, all right? Stay hopeful, optimistic, and remember, we are already great. There's absolutely nothing. We're not in danger, okay? So we don't have to invest in these type of scams and rituals that they claim, and be careful about where you eat, but also know, why would somebody actually poison you? If you are a good person and you never did anything, everybody else is eating. When you go out to eat, enjoy yourself. Have a good meal. But be mindful. Yeah, we don't eat everywhere, but be mindful about your surroundings and protect your space. All right? All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Stay lit, people. Stay true. And remember, the only one controlling the fortune is you. All right. Bye.